It is Thursday.
It certainly is. It's like Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney Phil said we're going to have rallying for the next 6 weeks. So it's the night of the finals. So we have 2 in total this evening, do we not?
Yes, we've got the supercars and we've got the lights that will follow immediately after this. And we actually will be doing it all in one stream tonight. Usually we'll split it, but the way it worked out now is we can do it in one stream. So that should be easy for the viewers, so you don't have to go anywhere.
Yep, absolutely. No cup of tea, no nothing. Get somebody to bring it to you. Hire a slave, anything. Just get them in. Just get them to bring them in.
Cool, but let's get this underway.
Let's get this party started, right? I think the song goes. I can't remember what the song's called, but it's probably called that. But
I think it's something like that. Get this party started or something like that.
Yeah. I'm showing my age again now, aren't I? I'm 12, by the way, for those of you that don't know. I just sound really mature. Anyway, we've only got 4 tonight because poor old Carlo's still got a rather battered, knackered T150. So if anyone out there feels really sorry for him and wants to send him a clamp for a T150, he'll love you to death. He'll love you even more if you send him a new T300.
Yeah.
And if you want to send him a Fanatec, he'll probably have sex with you. I don't know. Anyway, enough about that. But this is, Dusty's on the front of the grid.
So that's good for Dusty. He'll have enjoyed that when he saw it. Berries was on the back and Kento on the back. It's JPH on the inside.
Yeah, I think Ryan will be cursing that one a little bit. Being there, he probably would have liked to have been alongside Dusty to give himself or certainly in front of him, if anything, to give himself a pretty good chance of getting. Of course, we're 6 laps tonight, aren't we, for those that don't know?
Yes, 6 laps for the final, or semi-finals and the finals. So all of these races tonight.
No, what's happened to Ryan?
Stuck on the start.
What's happened to Ryan? I think he's
off
just
now. He probably had his controller or something connected. He's probably had to swap or something.
Yeah, he's probably had that
huge delay.
Yeah, he's had that wheel issue, hasn't he? Well, at least he's got to start. So he's still got, he's got
a chance, but we'll see. He's got some ground to make up now. Dusty currently leading this with JPH, not too far behind, and Kento doing okay there to hang on to the back of JPH.
Yeah, he did well there, didn't he? He did well there to hold that and haul that one in. But yeah, Ryan's doing all right. He's just the problem for Berries is he's got to try and catch him up, but not go like crazy. And because if he has one crash, he's done.
Definitely.
Unfortunately,
you can see Berries took that standard lap with Kento taking the Joker, which has put Berries in front of Kento now. So currently he's in 3rd, but as it stands right now, I'd say
he's
Kento
de facto
could probably
4th,
still
isn't
get
he?
him.
Yeah, he's de facto 4th, isn't he? But I think he's done that to save him trying to overtake. I think that's a bold move. I think that's a clever move.
If he puts in the laps now, he can basically gap Kento enough that he can keep that 3rd for now. So that's what Berries will be trying to do at the back now. Dusty right now doing a good job to just pull away in the front here. He's
just going to eke that out, isn't he? He's just going to eke that out now, isn't he? He's just going to run away now. He's got open ground to run into. Like I say, with Kento...
I think JPH also took his Joker now, so that's put Berries up into 2nd place. But Kento actually made it out ahead of JPH.
Ooh.
So Kento is
this is a battle.
Into 3rd. So
But
as it stands,
JPH
Kento is pretty much guaranteed to go through here if he can hold the... Remember, only the top 3 drivers here go through. The 4th driver will not make the final.
That's close. But the thing is, those 2 battling might help Ryan. They might help.
It'll slow down JPH a little bit, and even the car in front, which is Kento, because he's got to now look at a more defensive line.
I think Berries will do his Joker last lap if he can get away with it. I think he will. Because look at that gap. He's pulling it out a little bit. He needs. I think we worked out on Monday night. I think JPH said about 3 to 3.2 seconds. So he needs to push that out to 7 and a bit.
If he can get a good Joker lap, he's pretty much through.
Because he got round that last corner much better than these 2. He
You
is
just
about.
see these two just making a couple errors here and there. This will be just helping Berries ever so slightly every lap.
Because at the moment, the gap is pretty close to the 3.2 where we
Dusty
need it
has
to be.
taken his Joker now, and he's still out in the lead.
Yeah,
So
yeah, he's flying.
he's killing it. He's still got a massive gap.
Yeah, he's flying. For him, it's as Ted Rogers used to say for the game show with his name, 3, 2, 1.
I think Dusty's definitely going for the full points this round. He'll be going for those 30 points.
But look at Ryan. I know he hasn't done the Joker yet, so that's an inflated position, shall we say? But all things considered, he's done a pretty epic run.
I don't know if JPH has picked up maybe some damage that he might not have had earlier.
There is. The front of that Mini looks
struggling a little bit.
Doesn't the front of that Mini look a bit, or is that just me? The bonnet.
It's off.
Yeah, bonnet is. Yeah. Right. See, Berries has just took his Joker.
And he's come out ahead of Kento there, so he's held on to it. So as it stands right now, unless any mistakes are made on this final lap, Dusty is going to go through in first place. Berries is holding on to second place with Kento right behind him, actually, and JPH into the wall.
Yeah.
So JPH is out of this. There's no coming back for him. I don't think.
But I think he had to try something, didn't he? He had to try.
On his last lap, it was now or never.
Yeah, but I think with Ryan, his heart must be in his mouth. Especially after that start.
He managed to save it there. Good recovery from him.
That's an epic effort. Fair play.
Over the line they go. So second for Berries, Kento in third. He goes through to the final. And JPH, unfortunately, the first driver to get knocked out of the
semis. Yeah, he'd be disappointed with that. He'd be disappointed with that. I know he will be. He will be gutted.
The only good thing is that we now know that we do have a cameraman for the final.
This is true. This is true. Because, you could have had me. And I am to camera work what Mussolini was to human rights. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But look at some...
JPH will come and join you now as well for semi-final 2. That will be where myself and Radtech usually run the streams. We'll be racing that one.
Hopefully you'll have better luck in yours than he had in his. I'm sure he'd be good.
I'm hoping, but I think my tyres are going to get shredded, so look out for that.
You usually like to blow your engines up over 6-lap races, don't you?
I think the Citroen will hold on a bit better for the engine. It's just the tyres will go. The Mini struggles, I know, but...
It's mental, though, isn't it, at times, in all fairness. It can get a bit mad. But,
I see, just reading on the comments here, earlier Carlo came on and said, how's it going? It's going good, Carlo, thank you.
It is.
Glad you can still watch, even though you're struggling with your wheel.
Yeah, hopefully get a new one soon.
Hopefully put on a show.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a new one soon. And here he is, fresh from an eventful 6 laps, I can say. That didn't quite go to plan, did it?
2 times the car just snatched for no reason.
Yeah, we missed. Obviously, we saw like 3 laps in, you seemed to be okay. And then the next thing we saw, your bonnet looked a slightly bit crumpled. So it's obvious something must have happened.
It was
you.
Up over the jump, it just landed and just went left.
Yeah, that pretty much.
Not happy.
You had to go balls to the wall in the last lap, wasn't it? It was what I'm going to call shit or bust. You had to try something.
It's frustrating because it just shouldn't have happened. It wasn't doing it on Monday.
No, you were great on Monday. You were flying when it was right. You were flying, to be fair.
It didn't do it on Monday. It was exactly the same setup with a touch of extra fuel in it, and the thing just snapped for no reason. So not very happy because that should have been an easy final position, really.
I know what I would have been saying. Let's put it that way, and I can't repeat what I would have said. Well, I could, but maybe after the 9 o'clock watershed.
Maybe a few more choice words.
Yeah. I could probably go through the full repertoire of the Oxford English pretty rapidly. Oops, no, we don't want to hear that again. Oh, so there we go. We got Carlo on there saying hello. It's 3 people. I bet you wish you'd had the other draw. No offence to these boys, but I think this might have been a... Man, you're saying that. The other ones shouldn't have been in... If everything had gone to plan, I mean, Ryan got left on the start line. I'm assuming his wheel didn't work and he rapidly transitioned to controller. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know that, but I'm guessing. So for him, his heart must have been in his mouth, but he did well to get where he got in the end.
For the second semi.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be much in this. Obviously, Kenny's got a reasonable grid position for once. Oh, where's Kyle going there? The thing is, they're all in the final, aren't they? You know, there's no pressure on these guys in that respect. It's just about the points, isn't it?
Yeah, they're literally flying for an extra point here, an extra point there.
Yeah, and it's literally the worst you can get out of this is a 4-point haul. So, it gives them that. I'm assuming that Mr. QWERTY was meant to be in this one, and he's probably working.
My brother's meant to be in R1.
Oh, was he? Yeah. With the fact of working nights, he's probably. Oh, I don't think Mark Ratek was going to do his Joker there, but I think the car decided which way it was going. Oh, sorry, he was going to do the Joker, but he didn't. I think he was. Yeah, sorry. I thought his car dictated to him there, and I think he got the line wrong.
That was again another case of whatever the car in front does, do the opposite.
Yeah,
quite a late entry into it.
It did look
he was going to go normal. But obviously, where Kyle went straight for the normal lap,
he thought try it. It was very, very late, wasn't it? It almost looked like a twitch from here, but it could well have been, as you said.
It's gonna be probably a good idea because he is gradually nipping time out.
He'll come out. Yeah, I was going to say he'll come out in front, comfortable. It's the same with the last heat. We knew that Ryan needed to get that 3 to 3.2 second gap, and he got it in the end. So that's when he went for the Joker on lap 5, not lap 6.
It's the biggest problem when me and Kent I actually spun it to put me behind Kent, and then we started having a little bit, almost more like a battle.
Yeah, well that was perfect for him. You know, it benefited one person, him, really. Didn't benefit either of you two in any way, shape or form. But it's easy to be wise after the event, isn't it? As Kenny comes around with a nice fat lead. Oh, what are you doing, Kyle? What are you doing? Okay,
Just
you're doing a donut. Yeah. I bet he loved doing that send then.
Lost the back end coming out of the 90 right.
Yeah, he just.
Now he's just sending it because he's got nothing.
No, it doesn't matter, does it? He's just going to do this for show, isn't he? Can't say I blame him. Got nothing to lose, like you say. Although, what's he got? 7 seconds, yeah, realistically, unless Ratek does something stupid, then I think we are as we are, aren't we, for the last couple of laps? But it'll be interesting. It'll just be about grid position for the final now, won't it? Oh, I thought that was a wall.
Not even that, because Project Cars does a random grid.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's just about, you're just hoping for a good draw. Because I don't think there is any kind of sort of de facto way that it does it. The only way that I know that I've come across before in circuit racing is when people join the lobby. But if people are already in the lobby and you stay in for the next race, then...
That's a bit weird. It came on my screen that King had a mechanical fault, but he's still going around.
Yeah, did it? You got that coming up, did you? Saying that mechanical failure. Oh yeah, down at the bottom right there. Maybe his engine's just about to blow up, I don't know. He's pretty good at blowing his engine up, isn't he? See, I quite like this view on these. For circuit racing, it doesn't work quite as well, but for these, you get quite a good, certainly of like these sort of moments when you're swinging round into the corners. I think it gives you quite a good viewpoint. I know people don't like it for circuit, but I think it works well on this because you get a proper feel, don't you? I think it's the one it's the one view I think that gives you a proper good feel for what's going on.
You get a nice idea for what's going on, but obviously Kenny taking the heat win.
Yeah. Oh, and Mark was just giving it a little bit of extra there. What's Kyle going to do? Is he going to donut at the end? Yeah, he doesn't give a damn now, does he? He's just trying to burn away his tyres and his rear bumper by the look of it, because that's hit something. because it's hanging on a little bit. But he's happy in the knowledge that he's in the final. So it could be basically they probably all treated that as pretty much a practice run, didn't they?
Yeah.
In all fairness. So again, looking at the times, I think obviously the time in the first heat was slightly faster. I just can't remember exactly what Dusty did, if I'm honest, but I think it was faster than that.
You'll tend to find that the shorter wheelbase cars for this circuit are generally better because there's a lot of transitions.
They're tight to the corner. Yeah, and they're going to hold it better. The chassis is going to hold up better, isn't it?
Well, it's not about holding. I mean, the long wheelbase cars are quite good at holding the slide. It's the shorter wheelbase is better for flicking between the corners.
Yeah, I know.
So
where it's tighter.
You got that greater ability when changing direction.
I detected a slight Bristolian twang then, just for one moment.
Well, I am Bristolian.
I know, but it doesn't come out that often. It's just like me. You notice with certain people, even though they haven't got a strong, broad accent for the area that they're from, there will be certain words and phrases which kind of bring it to the fore. And that's the first time in ages I've heard something from you that sort of sounded proper Bristol twangy. So you can take the piss out of me after. Yeah, it was funny that. It's just obviously having spoken to you and Lee quite a bit. Obviously, it's never something I come across that much. Here comes, yeah, not since then. It's a long time. Anyway, Mr. Ratek says, "Hey man, final time, full send." I'm sure it is, mate. I'm sure it is. I think there was enough full send on that one. So, who's going to be where? This could be quite interesting. In fairness, I think Kento's done pretty well. I mean, okay, sometimes he's been the beneficiary of some good luck, if you want to put it in those terms. But in general, he's performed quite well since coming into Rallycross.
Around here, he's managed to get a really nice balance on that focus, which is a very hard thing to do. But he just managed to find that nice balance. I mean, I don't particularly enjoy this track. If I'm completely honest, I don't enjoy it one bit.
Well, no, I'm glad that I to be honest, I just said to Kyle, you know what? After I've done in the past couple of rounds, I'm better off going on the lights and then coming into these.
And Mark on the front row.
Oh, Dusty's on the back with berries.
The two Kens in the middle.
Yeah,
in the middle row.
Yeah. If he was Scottish, he'd be saying, "Do you Ken?" Because that means, "Do you understand?" in Scottish. So yeah, this is interesting. So Kyle and Mark on the front, the two Ronnies in the middle, as I'm gonna call them, and then what could technically be two of the three faster guys on the rear. So basically,
it's pretty much the three fastest guys of this grid are in the second half of the grid almost.
It could benefit Ratek the most. I mean, Kyle's got the best position, but I think Ratek could be the beneficiary here if he gets a good start.
It's not always the best position, that inside line. I mean, it's nice to have the inside for the corner, but you have to be a lot more careful, which means you don't quite carry the same sort of momentum.
Yeah, because you know, obviously you know only full well what happens if you're on the outside of that. Unfortunately,
not a good start from Kyle, but Ratek a really lovely start.
That's what I mean. But I think Kyle's start hampered the guys behind. He's facing the right way though. Unless he's got mega suspension damage, which he could well have. But Ratek was certainly
from the back to second as well.
Yeah, he gets some epic starts though, doesn't he? But I think Kyle's start actually helped Dusty. I think it held up the Kens, for want of better words. And I think Dusty got around the outside. But it will be interesting, this. It's, like I say, it's going to be a tough ask. See, Mark's going to be under pressure now. It's how he handles the pressure, and just as I say that, he's gone really wide. So that's probably let Dusty in here.
He's let Dusty up the inside, but he's still on the outside, which means he can still carry that momentum.
Yeah, it's where he goes here. He had to give there. Yeah, he had to. Otherwise, I think he was going to full face send that. But now it's a case of
Houses threaded it through the gap.
Yeah, to be honest, Berries must have been thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? and Kenny, for that matter. But Kenny's right at the back now. Kenny's brought that back in, so it's basically if you had to list where these people would be, you're probably not far off this. This is probably the positions you'd put them in. It's because it's quite close. Maybe the other three you might change a little bit, but the front three, I think, is where you would have it. In whatever order. But I think Dusty, you'd probably say de facto first, but Kenny's giving him... Kenny's going for it. Kenny's going for it, in all fairness.
I'd be tempted, if I was Kenny, I'd be tempted to be looking at an early Joker here. He's got a nice,
to get in front.
Nice bit of gap in between Berries and Ratek, and have some clean air.
Yeah, just to get a gap, he's gonna... Yeah.
Him and Berries go for it.
Because it does give him that gap, doesn't it? To work with, instead of being behind Dusty.
It's a nice window, because there's no one going to be challenging him, but I suspect Kenny would have preferred Berries to have carried on to keep that pressure on Dusty.
Yeah, he would have. But again, it's how Dusty can push that gap out. I mean, it's three. It's hovering between the two and a bit and the three, depending who's in the corner and who's not. But at the moment, he's got a big enough gap to maintain that lead. But we all know that can change.
It's fluctuating between 3.1 to 3.3, so it's going to be close regardless.
But if these two are battling each other, that's gonna benefit Dusty big time.
I wouldn't say they're really battling either. There goes Dusty. He's done his Joker, and he's come out ahead. Yeah,
which I thought he would. I didn't think he'd be quite as far ahead as he is, if I'm honest with you, because I think these two are looking at each other a bit. But we've still got a lap and a half. Lap and a half. That were Northern, wasn't it? but
everyone's Jokered. Rasek still in front of Kento, but not by a lot.
No, there's not. You know what? It's been really quite. It's been quite competitive. It's been a shame for Kyle, I think, to have done that right at the start. He must be gutted, I'm sure. But it's what can happen, isn't it? I think he just under pressure at the start with all those cars there. I just think he went a bit too wide. And once you've gone there, you've got two choices: either keep going and hope for the best, or brake. And I think he went for the former, and I don't think it worked. But
chomping on Ratek's rear bumper there.
Yeah, Kento's doing really well.
He's not quite got the exit, too sideways.
He's lucky there that he didn't catch the corner. I thought he was going to catch the apex of the corner then. But he's certainly putting Mark under pressure. So here comes Dusty for the win. Look at, Kenny kept it close, and so did Ryan, in all fairness.
They managed to close the gap.
Yeah, because I thought Dusty went wide on one of the corners.
Kento's had an accident, so he's lost his front bumper.
But he still managed fifth, and that's creditable. And here comes Kyle doing his full send again, because he's just thinking, balls to it, or words to that effect. But at least he's been consistent. He's knackered his bumper in both races so far. And that was Kento's bumper he just hit then. Just to bring Kento's bumper into... There you go. At least he got the finish. We don't want any DNFs in the final. At least he got to finish. Again, 4:16. So it wasn't much different. That was pretty much the same as what Kenny did in the last one.
Well, they both had pretty clean runs, so unsurprising there.
Yeah, and again, a good one from Ryan. Look at those. I'm looking at the individual laps as well. Yeah, individual laps. That I wouldn't be surprised if that was his last lap. If that had been his last lap. I mean, it should be his Joker lap. Not his Joker lap. It should be the last lap, because I think he brought that gap down.
It may well be. That may well actually be his lap after the Joker, because you get that momentum off of it, and you're already at a higher speed across the line.
True, it's a slingshot out, isn't it, as I will call it?
It's a slingshot into turn one, so you can find that the lap after you take your Joker is your quicker lap.
Yeah, if you can maintain it and go clean, then yeah, fair point. Fair point, well made, lad. So are you in?
I'm in RF2, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say I would have been, but as you know very well, I couldn't get off the start line. First 3 races, I couldn't get off the start line, revving 10 bells out of my car. And then in the 4th race, I managed to solve that problem and roll backwards and got disqualified. So, let's say Spain without the S was a real pain for me. Anyway, better luck in this one, mate.
Yeah, I'll catch you.
I hope you stay clear of obstacles and have good fun. These cars are brilliant. I love these cars. I was really gutted, actually. I can actually drive these. Not very well, but I can drive them without crashing. So, hey-ho, for those of you out there listening to me, it's why you're listening. Why would you want to? Really? Honest. You know you want to, really, don't you? Anyway, so we're going into the lights now, which means I've got to eat some helium so my voice sounds a bit lighter. But it doesn't. But anyway, I could change where I'm from, and I could maybe do the rest of it like this, you know, sort of talk like that, and I could sound like I'm from Birmingham or somewhere like that, you know. Because if it was from Birmingham, I'd speak like this, and it'd sound really thick. But it's just the way it is, isn't it? Depends where you're born. Anyway, good evening, Mr. Ratek. Here he comes, he's joining the party. He's here. But he didn't hear me talking Brummy, so good evening. How are you, mate? Are you alright?
Alright, mate. How's it going?
Yes, lovely, isn't it? You know, we all sound like we're from Wolverhampton or Birmingham or Dudley.
We love them all.
I know, I can't take the mickey. I've got a good mate in Wolverhampton. and if he hears this, he'll be slapping me.
Yeah, that was some intense final. That was awesome,
wasn't it?
Pace by everyone.
You had a great start. I think Kyle went. I mean, he had that position, but it's not always. You probably had the better position, without being rude.
Yeah, I felt like I had a strong position there, and I know Kyle picked up a bit of damage on the first lap, so
that ruined it
for him. He was struggling all the way through. Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, that gave you had the 2 Kens, as we were calling it. I said the 2 Ronnies, but you had the 2 Kennys behind you in the second row, and obviously because Kyle had the issue he had coming into the first corner, he tried to brake a little bit to try and hold it. And obviously that held the 2 Kennys back a little bit, which therefore held Dusty and Ryan. So that gave you a bit of a head start, kind of. But Dusty got through pretty quick.
I was going to say I couldn't hold it, and then the pressure of them guys around it just made me make a few mistakes. I thought I was going to take them all out at one point, but I managed to avoid.
Yeah, how the hell did you get through that gap?
I don't know.
That was mental. That was mental. But no, you just went wide. I think coming off. Was it coming off your Joker or coming off the last corner? You went wide. Yeah, coming off the last corner, and then Dusty had you then on the inside, unfortunately. Anyway, here we go for number 3. So this is Kenny,
Kento, JPH, and K9.
And I think JPH is, after his unfortunate debacle, he was really, really, really disappointed. I mean, he was mega disappointed.
Yeah, he's looking strong in these cars the other night, but he just ran it onto the curb a little bit. But
yeah, I mean, that was good. That was good from Kento there, because I think he knew if he carried on, he'd push JPH into the tyres. And I don't think he wanted to do that, so that was good. But yeah, that's giving it to Kyle, though, isn't it? It's giving Kyle the inertia to get himself off. But we know what Kyle's like.
And JPH, he's got the pace, and what were the 6 laps? JPH is dialing for his Joker.
Yeah, I don't blame him there actually to get that in.
Yeah,
did he? Yeah, there you go. I was going to say he didn't say he had, but yeah, he had.
Just came up registered, but it's K9's race now to keep it smooth, keep it tidy on track, isn't it? And
he's had some practice at sending anyway in the last couple of races. Bless him. I think once
total different car to drive though, isn't it, to get used to? So.
Oh yeah, there was some proper serious sending in the other. But what I noticed was in the difference again by watching, you get to see so much more than you do from racing, obviously, because you get a better overview. But it's what I saw with the supers is obviously with the rear axle power. Then
K9 responding there to JPH taking his Joker.
You can do the full send completely. There you go. There's not much in that.
It's going to be tight.
Oh, he's going to try the outside. I think
don't know whether
JPH
he's
has
going to
got
have
this.
enough momentum.
Switchback? No, JPH
Could
blocked
do.
it, I think. Has he blocked it? Yeah, he did. Yeah. Oh, that was close. That was close.
I didn't see any contact there, but JPH just anchored up and lost a bit of momentum.
No, I've watched the replay. I've just seen the replay of it, and there is no contact. Unless it's a Project Cars bit. But, no, this is good. This is a good battle. Kento, unfortunately for him, has obviously come a cropper.
He's saving it for the final. He hounded me in that final. The pressure from
wasn't
him.
he good? Wasn't he good? Fair play. Credit where it's... Oh, JPH went very narrow there, which might have given Kyle a bit of a chance. This is going to be close, for the last couple of laps. They're both going to be... Their hearts are going to be fluttering. No, see, in these cars... See, that's what I was trying to say before, but I stopped. You don't lose the inertia so much in the supercars, but when you try and do a full send in these, you lose. Look,
like that. It's virtual dead stop. Knock it back down into first, and then pull away in it. Yeah. But,
I mean, I noticed in the supers, Dusty lost it a little bit in the penultimate lap, which is why Kenny caught up with him in the last lap of the final, and Ryan for that matter. Because he ground to not a dead halt like that, but he lost. It's like his wheels were going, but he wasn't moving for a split second, and that just lost all his inertia.
Yeah,
and that brought him back in. I mean, this is JPH's to lose now. From that, I mean, he's not going to lose it from here.
In the semi-final now, if these guys, they've got their own little bit of spaces. Just find the best lines and save.
Use it for practice.
Working out for the final, It's just try and find as much speed as you can.
What do you do in these then? If you're coming into it's easy for the easy corners because you can just drive it like you would drive it on a circuit. But when you're coming into like say there now where they're coming in, where Kyle's coming into now, and you're coming in there and then trying to get the shift over the weight balance like that, because that's really something that's kind of unique a little bit to this track. You've got some very tight combination corners where the weight balance shift can be pretty epic, if I'm honest.
I think with these cars, you've got to drive them as smooth as possible. You don't really want to hang that tail out too much.
Yeah, because you haven't got the power on the back.
I mean, that's nice by K9.
That was
carried
good.
A bit of speed there.
But it still had that moment, didn't it, where I'm watching a replay now. Just as he hits the apex, there's a puff of smoke where he wheel spins.
Yeah. And that's where you're losing your momentum. You look at JPH; he's very smooth.
Yeah, but his drive like that.
Racing
he does. He drives like that anyway. His rally driving is like that. He won't mind me saying his rally driving is very smooth. When he gets it right, and that's why I thought he'd be really good at this, and he is. In all fairness to him, I think he disappointed himself tonight. He was really disappointed with how he went, but in all fairness, that was a good run. So I think he's got a bit between his teeth this time.
He's out to prove a point, and that's with the rallycross. You can come into it feeling confident and go away absolutely demoralised. But
look what's happened to Dusty. Look what's happened to Dusty. Okay, he came through in the end over the 4 heats, but his first 2 heats, last time, not Monday, but 2 weeks prior, he had a terrible first 2 heats.
Yeah, the previous round, and as I say, rallycross is just very mixed fortune as well as skill level. And
that's what I enjoy about it. It's okay if it all goes. It's just like any sport. If you go to rallying a few years ago, or even if you look at rallycross now, for example. Okay, if everyone says who's favourite to win next year's championship, everyone's going to go Christopherson because he won last year's. People are going to say that sort of thing, and like the conversation we had the other night, it depends what happens with other teams and who's got what car, and there's so many other variables that are going to go into it, and I don't know how many of those have been sorted yet. There's still a lot up in the air before 2021 kicks out. So, but if everything goes to plan, you kind of know who should finish where. But if it all went to plan, we'd never watch, would we?
Yeah. It's.
I mean, look how this is going to play out. They're all in the same positions, are they not?
Yeah, virtually is, and let's give K9 that nice inside. I prefer the inside, slot 1 coming off even with the supers, I can flick it into this first turn and keep it tight. But
I suppose the rear end of your car keeps the other guy from. He has to go super wide if he wants to try and pass you. Then he's got the danger.
That's the thing. make your car as wide as possible, isn't it? It's,
yeah.
You know, it's your apex of the corner.
See, I think Kento's done the right thing there. He's well within his own speed limits, and he's just made sure he stayed safe.
I was going to say, from third on the grid, you know, you've got to just hope for these guys to just have a little bit of contact. He's on the back of JPH.
He's really good. He's really impressed me. I've got to be honest. If we had a trophy,
K9 out wide.
He got away with it. If we had a trophy, and maybe that's something for future years. It's just a thought in my brain. If we had a trophy each season for most improved driver. I thought he was just about to go into the wall then as the camera went off him, but it's
I think
just,
he had to shift his line, didn't he?
Right, so JPH has gone Joker.
Kento's in front of him now, so that hasn't worked out too well, but he's got a little bit of room just to play with at the moment, just dial in them fast laps.
But in truth, if he can get past Kento, it could work really well for him. I think he thought I'll do it and see where it leaves me. But
it's a split-second decision.
That's so unfortunate. Hopefully they come out all right. There's a bit of front-end damage. Hopefully he hasn't got suspension out of that. We'll see that soon enough.
Shouldn't have too much, but any little does hinder your car on these lights. But
yeah, that's a bummer.
Checking on K9, he's keeping it smooth and seems to be flowing more.
Pressure's off him. He likes these cars. That's one of the things he said before he jumped out with me. He does like these cars.
Jokered. So Kento's done his Joker now, so that's released JPH now.
Now, the interesting thing here, right, is I don't know this. I don't know what the time span is, but we know that in the Supers, it was a 3.2 second difference for the Joker and non-Joker. So it's got to be more.
He's in that window.
It's got to be more.
He's in that window, yeah.
Yeah, so I think...
Yeah, but K9's going to carry that more speed coming out of that Joker. At this moment,
you do.
That time...
Yeah, you do, certainly. This is going to be tight.
He's gone for it.
He's gone already, has he? I thought he might have left it. I thought he might have left that. This is going to be so... Oh, no. Oh, they all crashed. Kento crashed as well. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, dear. But JPH has come out. He's waiting for K9. He's waiting. I can see there.
No, he's doing it. Yeah, he's doing it the right way there. Oh, but they both.
Oh, K9's out on the grass.
Oh, they both got damage. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I mean, for everybody now, not just. We knew it was going to be close, and it was closer than we ever thought it was going to be. That's just a bit rotten. I mean, nobody's. In all honesty, and I'll stick my neck out. Looking at that. As I look at it, I don't see any great fault. I know if you're coming off Joker, then technically speaking...
It's always hard. Yeah, it's hard on a Joker merge. It's so tight on this track as well.
And the difference is, we like I say, you're coming off it from there. And in theory, the Joker guy has to give give ground to the non-Joker, generally speaking. So in truth, if I had to judge that off what I've just seen, we'll probably get to see it again at some point. But if I had to judge that off that, I'm probably going to go 70% racing incident is the way I'm looking at that. I don't really think anyone's at fault. It's
always a tough call to challenge, isn't it? But yeah, I mean,
it is because the Joker gives you, obviously, Kyle had the greater speed coming off the Joker, the slingshot off the Joker lap, and he stayed way out wide to the right. To be fair, JPH has obviously slung it round his end, and that's took him, and his car didn't turn. If you notice,
there's not much you can do when you're in that position of when you're in a ascend. You can't really alter your line. See, Kento's just made a mistake there in the background.
But to be honest, I mean, I know JPH has still ended up. Taking, he's still going to end up taking the win, but I'm sure it's not the way he would have wanted to. Knowing him as I do.
It's unfortunate, isn't it? But, I mean, like, these cars, it's so close.
I know, Kyle will be gutted. Kyle will be gutted as well, and I feel for him and that. And I do feel for him. I mean, Kento's probably gutted. He's probably gutted in another way, because as them two had their crash, he hit the pillar.
Yeah, he could have made massive grounds there, couldn't he?
If he hadn't hit the pillar, he'd have been like the Phoenix from the Flames, and he'd have rode into the distance. Well and truly. Well, there you go. Look at the times. 4:16 was what we were getting off the supers. So again, looking at a 30-second difference, 5 seconds a lap. That's easy for me to work out, wasn't it? oh man, that was. I mean, don't get me wrong. Did it let us down for spectacle? Did it hell?
No, I mean, three cars there and you're full of entertainment, so I mean, you can't grumble at that. Unfortunate, like, with your qualifying results, it hasn't put you into there, but and a couple of guys couldn't make it. But
it's the way it went. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was probably my most ridiculous night ever. Three I couldn't get off the grid. The fourth one I can get off the grid, but I go backwards and disqualify myself. I mean,
well.
I mean, to be honest, I was so peed off on the night. That's why I didn't stick around. But looking at it afterwards, I was about an hour later. I was just laughing at it. It was just too stupid to believe. The truth is stranger than fiction.
Some nights like that, aren't you?
I don't want any more. I don't want any more. Trust me, I don't. I really don't. I really don't. But like going forward, like I said to Kyle, it makes more sense for me to be the broadcaster for the supers, because at the moment I'm not good enough. In reality, it seems stupid that he's broadcasting and missing out on them, which is why we swapped over. It makes so much more sense. I mean,
we just need a few more practice sessions than we practice lobbies, and anyone that wants to join in them doesn't feel like they're ready to go into these championships. I mean, anyone's free to join. Jump into our Discord and.
I mean, I can say it with. I mean, I was a total rally noob before I joined this group, and I can say that not rally noob, but as in rallycross noob, and I still am. But the reality is, going to lights. The lights are a riot. They're a riot. Yeah. They're easier to handle. You'll get to learn the rudiments of rallycross racing. Get 2 or 3 seasons of that under your belt, or less if you really are adept, and then jump into the supers. And there's nothing to stop you practicing yourself on project cars anyway. But yeah, just like Ratek there just said, if you're watching this, if you come across it by accident on YouTube and it's like, oh, what the hell's this? If you stayed this far, then you must have been interested. So you know who we are. We're Race Space. Look us up. We've got a Discord channel. Look up on the YouTube channel. You'll get everything you want to see. View some of the races. Watch it. Get involved. We're always open to new blood, and the more you want to spill it, the more we'll lick it up. Don't worry. But no, all jokes aside, look after yourselves, guys. Stay well. Wear a mask, especially if you're ugly. But it's like, sorry, I didn't really mean that, did I? Yeah, I did. I'm horrible. Anyway, as a certain Mr. Barker and Mr. Corbett used to say, it's good night from him and it's good night from me. See you next time, gents.
See you guys.
Good night.